Hello, everybody. Saw an article today that I thought was pretty cool. It was an ode to Seagrams 7 and the famous 7 and 7. I've talked about it a bit in both a Punch article that I did as well as just on the internet with a couple of posts. But Seagrams 7 has a special place in my heart, and I think a lot of people's hearts. The 7 and 7 was what a lot of our grandparents or parents drank throughout the 70s. It was an iconic drink. A lot of people drank it, and even today it's become a classic in the market. So what I wanted to do from a whiskey enthusiast standpoint, somebody that's into the craft behind it, is kind of explain what Seagrams 7 was in the first place, what my understanding of it was, and then kind of do a premium Seagrams 7 blend. So my understanding is Seagrams 7 was always grain neutral base or light whiskey base. I've seen both stated, and then they also add straight whiskeys to it. Traditionally, from what I heard, it would have been light whiskey base, and then from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, MGP, they added the 95.5 rye. They also added a bit of bourbon, either from MGP or from Four Roses. Don't quote me on that, but that's just sort of my general understanding of it, was light or grain neutral base with those two blended into it. The result was a sweet vanilla candied whiskey. You can still try it today, and it still tastes somewhat similar. I have had the opportunity to try both the old Seagrams 7 and the new stuff. Very similar in flavor profile, sweet, candied, easy drinker, and as much as people hate it, it's an easy way to get those not into whiskey into whiskey. The 7 and 7 remains a classic. Somebody today did an article about trying to replicate or create a modern 7 and 7. I'm going to one-up that because I'm going to take the history behind it and actually apply that to the potential cocktail instead of this person kind of just uses flavor profiles and uses some random whiskeys to blend in. So what I'm going to do is I am using a light whiskey base. This is my own product, but it's the MGP 11-year light whiskey. And then I've got the High West Double Rye. This is not entirely MGP 95.5 rye. This is a blend with Barton, but I also had Bullet Rye, and I don't really love Bullet Rye, nor do I support the brand necessarily. And then I've got some Redemption 9-year barrel proof here. So I think it's going to be really cool. We're going to do a premium Seagrams 7, if you want to call it that. So this is going to be pretty cool. Here we go. Light whiskey base. My understanding was it was about 50%. So we'll do the light base. Here we are. Okay, let's call this 50%. And the cool thing about this is that I hope people try this at home. The idea of blending in general is something that I've gotten super into in recent history. I've been working on my infinity bottle, blended it with everything from rare breed to older MGP to a lot of Heaven Hill stuff, some older Heaven Hill stuff all the way down to like the 4-year bottled in bonds. It's super good stuff, and the more you get into blending, the more you learn about the gives and takes, and it really does turn out fantastic if you play around a bit. So we're going to add a bit of rye. We'll call that good. Couple of splashes there. All right, a little bit more. Okay. And then finally, we're going to add the bourbon. This is Redemption 9-year 21 rye. We could also add the Tumblin, the 3-year, or the Old Scout. You know what? To be a bit more traditional, and we're going to go premium here. So we got like 12-year light whiskey. I believe that's straight. So this is like 4 years blended with 16-year, and then we've got some 9-year to add to it. All right. Blend that in. Ooh. And what you should get is the rye notes without being overpowering, because of the light whiskey, the vanilla, and the toffee notes kind of overtake it. And it should turn out to be something that's very much palatable for everyone. Definitely smell the heat a bit. That's fantastic stuff. I encourage everybody to blend your own Seagrams 7, as they call it. This is just a look back to history. What I would do in a cocktail, I would do maybe half an ounce of light whiskey, a quarter ounce of maybe like a bullet rye, quarter ounce of a younger MGP. You could definitely go with the Old Scout, Tumbling Dice, one of those two. Even some of the Four Roses. I guess traditionally Seagrams did own Four Roses for a while. And then in replacement of the 7-Up, maybe do some simple lime juice, and then finish it off with soda, and then maybe garnish with a lime. But the 7 and 7, I think, can be modernized today, and I think it would be really cool for somebody to do it. So that's that. Have a nice Friday night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.